garden center, you're going to see like 10 different types of mulch. It's like, what do you get? But the most important thing is that you do get mulch, because mulch is really beneficial for your garden. It's going to keep those weeds from growing. It really kind of stabilizes the soil temperatures, really benefit your garden as it breaks down. And if you choose correctly, it can beautify your garden. So I want to show you some of my favorites. So I love, for the strawberries, I like the gorilla hair. And the gorilla hair, I want you to see, is almost like a cotton candy. It's spun redwood, very fine fibers, and it fluffs up nice. Now, why do I like this for strawberries? Okay, one of the things that strawberries cannot have, it cannot compete with weeds. So obviously this blocks the sun, keeps the weed from coming up, keeps the soil moisture nice so that it doesn't evaporate. But my favorite reason is because the strawberry should never come in contact with the soil. And look how fluffy this is, guys. It's like a little pad. You plant your strawberries, and then you always finish your soil with a mulch. Like I said, nobody wants to see your dirt. Because it's nice and tight like this, and it's not, you know, a round shape, it's great for hillsides because it won't tumble down. This is recycled hazelnut shells. What I like to use this is I like to use it in a sculptural garden, a garden where you curate your plants and you just want to show them off, something like this. And so they also benefit the soil. When you want to use something like this, that you don't want it to dig into the soil, you get yourself a landscape fabric. You find it at the garden center. You just tack it in, and I'm just going to put a couple of these in here. And then you actually put the material in first, and then you put in your plants, because it's going to be really hard to plant, you know, when you have just a roll of material there. Just kind of predetermine where you want to put your plants, and then you go ahead and you plant them through the hole. And then it's time to mulch. Would you mind grabbing me that bucket?
Can you use any other shell?
There actually is the recycled peach pits. There's pecan shells that you can find. You can do cocoa mulch if you don't have any pets that will eat it, because it could be toxic. But look at how beautiful this is. And it's as simple as putting it on after you put your material. And then this is like the perfect finishing touch. And you will always notice the gardens that are finished because they have mulch on them. The azalea, this is more of a traditional. You've probably seen this, Allie. This is just a small bark redwood. It's a different texture than our spun one.
Yes.
And so the reason why I like to pair this with azaleas and other acid-loving plants like roses, gardenias, hydrangeas, when it breaks down, it imparts the acidic pH to the soil, which is what it wants to be in. It needs acidic soil. So you might as well use a beautiful, rich mulch that's going to enrich your plant in the future. Look, it's tidy. So I believe in recycling, and instead of filling the fills with rubber, this has been made into a mat from tires, rubber, and other clean materials. And so the way it works, of course, they give it this little look of mulch, is you also use your underlayment material, just like this, pin it in, and then it's as simple as putting it right on the soil, on top of your mat, and then it comes with some little pins. There's certain things that you don't want to hassle. For instance, if you have mulch underneath a tree that's dropping leaves, it could be a problem or whatever getting those leaves out of it. But when you have something like the mat here, it's so easy to blow things off. So I recommend like the recycled mats for areas in the garden that are permanent. You have your hedges, where you have your shrubs, where you have your trees, or between the lawn and your foundation plants. This is a perfect use.
Do this in a vegetable garden too?
Oh yes, as a matter of fact, I would definitely use either this one, the hazelnut, but I would have to say, for all vegetable garden, it's gorilla hair for me. And it's easy to move because it comes up in clumps.
Love that.
So it's absolutely perfect. But guys, what do you think? Is this pretty?